What's going on, guys? So today's video is going to be an IRL video. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I've been getting a lot of questions lately on how I make my merch store orders. So I figured it'd be a good time to show you guys. So everything in my merch store that is on Etsy, there's a link in the description below. Everything is handmade by me. Obviously not the blanks that I use. I order those from a supplier. The pint glasses and stuff will show you all of that, and the mugs, the mouse pads, all of that stuff I order as blanks. As far as the designs that go onto your stuff, I do design them on my computer with Adobe applications, and then I put them onto the blank substrates, and then they are shipped to you guys. So I thought this would be fun. I'll show you guys my office. I'll show you the setup, all of the equipment that I use, and then we'll get some stuff made because I actually have a few orders to fill. So I figured it'd be a good time to check it out. So let's take a look at what is around my office. All right, so starting over here on this side of the office, we've got, this is a Cricut maker. I use this to cut out vinyl designs and any heat transfer products that I make for like t-shirts or hoodies. I also do have another Etsy store based on some different merch, but that's another video for another time. We'll just focus on the RuneScape one. So this is a Cricut. It's really useful. It's like a little die cutter. If you don't know what that is, you put mats on there with your substrate or your material on it, and then it will cut out whatever you've placed on the application on the computer. Not sure if I'll be able to fit that into this video, but regardless, it's a really cool machine. It can cut a lot of different stuff. Just for my purposes, it's usually just like vinyl or anything of that matter. And then underneath down here, I've got a bunch of different papers that I use, some of them for stickers, some of them for packaging, some of them for labels. Even when it comes down to the stickers that go on my boxes, I use that and make that myself. I also make all of my care tags and everything in-house, so that's all also made by me. Different kind of inks down here. There are inks for different printers, so the sublimation printer, which I'll show you in a second. And then if you can see down to the bottom here, over here we've got blank can koozies. Under that are some of the mouse pads. And then to the left of that, you can see the beer mugs that I use right here. Those are frosted glass beer mugs, very sturdy. They last a long time. So then over here closer to the end, this is a little bit more stuff. Down on the bottom is blank pint glasses. Got a bunch of those in stock right now. To the left of those, which I'm starting to run out of, got to order some more, are the ceramic coffee mugs. And then we've got two different kinds of printers here. This one on the left is an Epson EcoTank. They're both EcoTank 2803s. But this one here has been converted into a sublimation printer, so that's actually how I make the graphics that go onto the pint glasses and the beer mugs, the coffee mugs, and the koozies. Basically, to keep it short, this printer prints out designs on a special kind of paper using a special kind of ink, and then heat and pressure will apply the design to your substrate or whatever you're putting it on. Now, it's not actually a sublimation printer, but because it does use liquid ink, you can convert it over to one, which, if you want to get into this, I will tell you, as soon as you put that sublimation ink into that Epson printer, it completely voids the warranty. So don't expect anything if you try to get into this and your printer breaks. Epson will not help you. The one on the right is just the same printer, but this one actually does have regular ink in it. I use this one for printing my packing slips. I print out my stickers on this one because it actually is a very high quality printer and it's not really bad. As for the video, if you're watching this and you actually want to get into some of this stuff, I'll go through a little bit of startup costs, and it's actually super easy to get into and learn, and it's really not that expensive to get started. So if you have any questions and you'd like to get into this, please let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to help you guys get started or answer any questions you might have. So now on to the more fun stuff. So on the left side of my office over here, this is where all of my heat press equipment that I use to actually put the designs on the stuff you guys order is. On the left here, this purple machine right here, this is actually a mug press. It actually comes with a bunch of different attachments, which you probably saw on the other side of my office. I'll grab one real quick. So the one that's currently in there is the one that I use to make coffee mugs and stuff. This one here is a tapered one. So this one is tapered. This is where the pint glasses go in. And when it shuts, you can see it's tapered. It's kind of tapered there, a little thinner on the back. So it gets a nice seal and even heat distribution. Now this one actually comes with a bunch of different attachments. This one here, I could actually do shot glasses with, which I hopefully want to get into one day. And there's a few more that do tumblers and different size coffee mugs, as well as some other stuff. So that's cool. So it's actually, this machine here is about $350 to get all of the attachments. If you pair that with the Epson sublimation printer that I showed you, your startup costs for doing something, if you just wanted to do strictly like drinkware, it would probably be around $700, which if you market yourself good and you take the time to really expand your business, $700 is really nothing for a startup. You could make that back in weeks, assuming you get a decent amount of sales, you're marketing yourself well, and you're committed to your craft. So this one over here, this is the big heat press. This one I recently got with the success of how well the merch store did. I decided that I wanted to get a better heat press to make better products, more products, bigger stuff. So I took a lot of the money that I actually made as profit from the merch store and put it back into the business just so I can make more reliable and better products. Not that they weren't reliable before, but this is a business grade heat press. So I thought it was a good investment for the business. So it actually pulls out and you can do all kinds of different stuff on this. You can do sublimation, heat transfers. I make my mouse pads and my koozies on this, which we'll show in a little bit since I've got some stuff to make for this video and for orders that are going out. And the little cover here is actually kind of guard, and it actually helps to slide a t-shirt onto it a lot easier. Underneath this is rubber so the t-shirt catches. So this was like an additional investment I made just to make things a little bit easier. And this one also, it's magnetic and it opens by itself when it's done, so I don't have to worry about accidentally burning something or leaving it in there too long. It's on a timer. As soon as it's done, opens up, and that's it. So let's start making some stuff. I'm going to start out with the mug press here. I've got some pint glasses, some beer mugs, and some coffee mugs to make. So you got to turn it on. Everything that I make actually is very convenient. It all requires 400 degrees of heat at varying times, so I never really have to change the temperature. Before we get into that, let's show you how I actually apply the designs. So I'm starting out with coffee mugs here. The coffee mugs come in their own nice little box wrapped in plastic, but they still can have some dust on them. So sometimes I have to take them out and just kind of wipe them off. I actually use my arm to do it because use your arm doesn't leave fingerprints on it. And I have noticed with like different towels, you can leave little fibers on the glass. Not good, because then it kind of gets all wonky when you heat press it. So right now I'm applying heat tape to the design. The heat tape withstands temperatures up to like 450 degrees, so I don't have to worry about the tape melting or anything like that, assuming I'm not going over 450 degrees, which I never am. So after that, everything from here, I just eyeball. I put the design on the mug, make sure it's evenly spaced from the handle, and then after that, I'll do the top piece of tape there, spin the mug, and then from there, I kind of measure, just by my eyes, seeing, making sure that it is the same distance away from the top of the mug all the way around. So once I get that into the right spot, I will push the bottom piece of tape down, and then I'm just going to spin the mug and do the exact same thing on the other side. So once I'm happy with where the design is, I'll just go ahead and tape the other side, and it is all ready to go into the mug press. So the tricky thing with these is the timer won't activate until it gets to temperature, which for this case would be 400 degrees. So I just kind of wait a little bit and then go ahead and slide the mug in, press the timer, and then close it. And then from there, I just wait for the timer to go down, and then we'll see what it looks like. So the timer is just about up. Gonna go ahead and get this mug out of there. You leave it in too long, it'll burn the design. It gets kind of blurry. It can turn the glass actually brown. These mugs are done pretty much once they get back up to about 370 degrees. So taking it out, I got my little weeder there. It's a little green thing. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and pick the tape off. And I usually wait till it's cool for this, but I didn't want to wait for the video. So put my heat gloves on, and I'll just take the tape off, and there you have it. If I can just get this off of here, maybe I've got it. Okay, so get this off of there, and then there is your mug design. Got nice little Examine coffee that I'm obviously not holding in the camera right. So the next one I have here, this is the tumbler press, but it also works really well for the beer mugs. Beer mugs, again, 400 degrees, also 150 seconds. These are super thick, so they actually take a good amount of time, but these only have to get back up to about 350 degrees before the design is on there pretty good. Off the camera, you can see there in the top, I also did a Slayer skill mug for a customer that made an order. So just a second, we'll see what this one looks like. So this one's done. Go ahead and take it out of the press. Same thing. I'm just going to twist it around. Usually wait till it's cool, but I want to show you guys this while it's hot. I'm gonna just peel it off same way with the little weeder there. Take the tape off, and these ones are super hot and they take forever to cool, just because they're so thick. But there you have it. This one comes in an orientation whether you're right or left-handed, so the logo will face out depending on which hand you're using. And the last one for this video is going to be the pint glass. The pint glass I accidentally put in upside down there, so I had to twist it real quick, get the design actually on the heating element so it applies the design, otherwise it would come out looking real bad. The pint glasses are probably the stuff I'm most proud of in the shop. I designed all these to look like an actual pub, and I think they turned out really well. They're super popular, best sellers for the shop, really fun to make. So this next part here is pretty tedious, but I print out 6 designs on one piece of sublimation paper, and then I go through and hand cut all of them out. So I know that they're perfect. It helps me with alignment, make sure everything is straight, especially when somebody gets one of the 8 or 3 glass pint sets. Definitely want to make sure all of the logos are straight. So I hand cut everything so it is perfect. I could put it in my Cricut probably, but then I'd only get 4 designs on a page. So it'd be a little bit of a waste of resources if I did it that way. So the last thing that I'll show you guys here, just so we can check out the big heat press, I'm going to go ahead and make myself a t-shirt. I've wanted to make this just my logo for a while, so I figured why not for this. I had an extra t-shirt laying around, and I don't currently have any t-shirt orders, but this is how I make your guys' t-shirt. The first thing I do is I design a logo or something in Adobe Illustrator, and then I put it into the Cricut Design Space app, which is going to send it to my Cricut cutter, so it makes sure to cut it out all perfect and everything. So I center the logo. This one is 11 inches by 11 inches. And then I'm gonna have to reverse it. So when I reverse it, it actually comes out the right way on the t-shirt. So after that, I will grab my cutter and get some vinyl. Once I get the vinyl, I'll cut that to the size. For this, it's gonna be 12 inches by 12 inches. The design itself is 11 by 11. And then from there, it goes into the cutter. So even though I'm doing heat transfer for this was for a t-shirt, when I do make the vinyl decals, it's literally the same concept. I design it in Adobe Illustrator, import it into the Cricut software, and throw it in the machine. And then the machine is gonna go ahead and cut it out for me. So after I get the design cut out, I got to remove it from the mat, and then I have to do something called weeding. All of the vinyl, obviously, you don't need it. You only need the design. So when you get the design finished, you get that special little tool again. I have a couple of them, and then you start to weed the design out. So any of the unused vinyl, it just comes off, and then all you are left with is the design at the end. And that is what you will press onto your t-shirt, your jacket, your hoodie, anything that you're applying it to. So now I've got the design all ready. I'm gonna get the t-shirt ready, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get it slid over this platen here. That little, I guess, cover makes it a lot easier to put the t-shirts over, so I can just slide it up on there. Once I get it on there, I'll make sure it's straight. I just want to get everything straight so the logo is straight, doesn't look crooked or off or anything. And then I'll go ahead and grab my lint roller and just lint roll it. Don't want anything sitting under the vinyl other than just the cotton of the t-shirt. So once it's ready, you got to press it for a few seconds, and this will remove any of the moisture from the air that has gotten into the shirt. So press it for a few seconds and it removes the moisture and gets rid of all the wrinkles, and then you're pretty much ready to get your design. So I have this little plastic measuring tool here that goes around the collar of the shirt, and it helps you center the design. Now the collars of the shirt, they're never perfect, so you kind of have to eyeball it, make sure you get it in the middle, but it helps you get it very, very close. Once that's in the right spot, I'll go ahead and grab the design, and then the measuring tool has a center on it, so you just center it on the measuring tool, put it down, press it down on the t-shirt. The backing paper is sticky, so it stays there nicely, and then you just grab some butcher paper or a Teflon sheet, throw it on top of the design, and then for this one, you press it for 15 seconds. Once the timer is up, it comes up. Slide it back out, take the butcher paper off, and your design is done. Now it's pretty hot when it comes out, so I gotta wait a little bit. Gotta wait a few seconds, let the carrier sheet there cool down before I can take it off. Once the carrier sheet is cool, all I do is just peel it right off and the design stays. So after the initial press, I'm gonna go ahead and put the paper back, and I'm gonna repress it for another 5 seconds to get it to really get into the fabric of the shirt. Basically with these designs, you wanna be able to see the stitch pattern of the fabric through the heat transfer that you're applying. So there you have it. Now a nice new t-shirt with black vinyl has been created. So that's about it. That is how everything works in the merch store. Showed you guys some glasses, showed you guys a t-shirt, showed you how the Cricut cut out. Like I said before, if any of you want to get into product design like this, or just anything that has anything to do with what I showed you, please let me know. I'm always more than happy to answer questions or help somebody get started. It's really a fun business. To be honest, like for Etsy, I don't even make like that much profit. I don't I don't even make minimum wage. Doing this merch store stuff, it's like more of a hobby. I'm sure if I had like a storefront or I wanted to expand, yeah, I could do that. But honestly, it's just really fun for me. And I've been playing RuneScape so long. I know a lot of other people love the game. So I love making products like, t-shirts and the pint glasses and stuff just to get them out to you guys. It's really fun for me. Um, it's a great activity. It keeps me occupied when I don't have anything else to do. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing everything that I have here, how I make your orders and how I get them out to you. If you have any questions, remember, leave them down below. I will try to answer as many as I possibly can. Thank you guys for watching this video. It was really fun to make. And if you could, please tap the like button down below. The more likes the video gets, the more people see it. If you haven't done so yet, tap the subscribe button on your way out. Once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.